So our new anime begins from right in the woods, where our protagonist, Akatsuki, was trying to escape from maids chasing after him. And no, they weren't chasing him because they were falling for him. But they all wanted to catch him and take him back to their princess. Akatsuki was easily dodging them all. And snatching away their underwear to stop them seemed to work without resorting to violence. So after getting past all the ladies, Akatsuki came to the portal to return back home. But Princess Listy was already there. She wanted to stop Akatsuki from returning because she was in love with him. But Akatsuki thinks his job of defeating the Demon Lord is done, so he has no place here in this world anymore. But Princess Listy was about to cry out. And that's why Akatsuki kissed her out of the blue. That worked out to make her angry at him. And that is how Akatsuki returns back home. There, the first thing he did was to unpack his stuff. As he had brought a lady back here, she got scared because she was naked, and on top of that she was in a whole new place. So she took a sheet to cover up and asked about her clothes. Akatsuki said that it's the side effects of crossing dimensions that she lost her clothes and all. But setting that aside, her name was Miu, and she is now going to stay with him here. The next day a car came to get them to the academy. Akatsuki already told Miu to pretend that she's his long-lost sister, and they both reunited in another world and came back. It appears that thousands of people have crossed worlds, but only half were able to return, and the skills they learned in that world, they were able to use it in this world too. So the government established an academy for such special cases. After having physical tests, Akatsuki goes to fill in the remaining paperwork, and apart from this, the Academy's authority got some prophecy about Akatsuki that got them worried because it said both true hero and overlord about him anyway. The next up is the skill assessment test, and Akatsuki decided to go bare hands. First up was Miu, and she seriously made fun of the examiner with her magic skill. And since that got him unconscious, the student council president Hikami offered to be Akatsuki's opponent. Akatsuki had nothing to fear from a snotty guy like him. But he plays dirty and attacked out of the blue. But to keep things under control, Hikami asked Akatsuki to just try and break his ice pillar. So Akatsuki fulfilled his wish and punched it hard. That impressed Hikami, and he welcomed Akatsuki warmly, because Akatsuki only used enough power to weaken the ice that it would shatter upon touch. That's what impressed him anyway. Akatsuki brought Miu to this world because her father, the Demon Lord himself, had entrusted her to Akatsuki, because he wanted his daughter to live in peace and not be pursued for being the daughter of Demon King. But living with the same person who killed her father was harder than it seems, so taking a chance, Miu did try to kill Akatsuki in the night. But she held back, remembering all the kindness he had shown her. But in sleep, Akatsuki grabs her, and let's skip the scene of what happens next. Then the next day, everyone in the school was giving them that dreadful look like they are such an oddball, but Akatsuki didn't care, and took his seat. So one lady approached them, and she told them they became popular because Miu beat an instructor and Akatsuki bagged support from a student council president. In any case, her name was Izumi, and she's in the same class, so she told Akatsuki to leave that particular seat because it's taken by a bully of their class. Red Hair is hot-headed, but Akatsuki doesn't give F about him. He makes it clear he's the same like him who likes to bully the weak. This way it's sure that he won't cause trouble for them. But for this stunt, Akatsuki got detention as punishment, so he sits right where the student council president sits, and the vice president Hakura got angry at him. But behind her comes Hikami, and just watching him, Akatsuki tried to attack, but the other three tried to get in his way with their magic. Seeing that, Akatsuki calms down, and the vice president started to nag him about his behavior, and his earlier action in the classroom was barbaric and all. So after that lecture, Akatsuki was returning back to his classroom, but a pipsqueak stopped him. She was Kazuha, and she's the class president. She heard how Akatsuki picked a fight with the student council and warned him not to do it again because they are all much more skilled than they seem. But Akatsuki had already taken a thing to a serious end. Bro stole the panties of the vice president, which got her seriously ticked. But her attacking Akatsuki made her even more embarrassed as he stole another piece of her clothes. Well, after that, the practical training starts where Miu got shy with her clothes. Then, as it got over, Miu, Akatsuki, and Kazuha were on cleanup duty when they found Izumi was making out with another girl. So the other girl got so embarrassed that she ran off and the door got locked from the outside. So now they have to wait until someone sets them free. But then what about nature's call? That's going to be a problem because Kazuha wanted to answer it ASAP. And to help her out, Akatsuki had an idea. He did something to Mio and Izumi, and 3 of them left as soon as the door got opened. So that angered Mio, that made her grumpy, and she stayed like that for days, not listening to Akatsuki at all. But that day, Haruka called Kazuha to talk about Akatsuki because his actions were getting out of hands lately, and blame lies on Kazuha since she can't discipline her classmate. Her mood got foul because of this, so when she returned back to classroom, Mio tried to cheer her up. She even made a present for Kazuha, but she just coldly walked away. Akatsuki saw this, so he goes to have a talk with the Ice Queen. He got a hunch that those student council might have ordered Kazuha to dig info on him. So he was ready to spill everything she wanted to know. Kazuha was threatened if she failed she'd be sent back to elementary school, so Akatsuki took her to a manga cafe to talk in private. And since Mio and Izumi saw this, they followed. At that time, Akatsuki got the lady right where he wanted her to be, and right besides them, spies were trying to eavesdrop, but Izumi couldn't stop herself from getting her hands on Mio, and Akatsuki made Kazuha realize that she has to smile and open up to people and rely on friends some more. That pep talk made the Ice Queen melt, and after that the other 2 came out. They were worried if Akatsuki did something to her and blasted out at him anyway. Haruka didn't want to rest until she gives proper punishment to Akatsuki. She was about to order the disciplinary committee to investigate Akatsuki. But Ikami came in and told them he'll see the matter himself. Then another training class starts where kids got a wristband that'll create a weapon with magic for them. But it didn't work for Akatsuki. That was odd, but no one paid him any mind. Then forming teams was allowed, so Akatsuki tried to get with his girls, but they declined. So he joined the redhead Fui forcefully. With it, a weak monster was summoned that has petrification skill, but it's turned off because that's the max difficulty level not suitable for students. So all students have to defeat it in combat. But first, for a little warm-up, Akatsuki was allowed to have a duel since he can't conjure his weapon, and he beats that red hair unconscious. Then he took his band too, and saw faint traces were gathering up, but on the other side, that summoned monster already petrified everyone, which wasn't supposed to happen. The last remaining students were Mio and her group, so the instructor told the remaining students on his side to leave, and to ensure their safety the trio goes on the offensive. But their magic just made it even stronger. Kazuha and Izumi protected Mio and turned into stones themselves, and lastly Akatsuki came in to punish that bird. He stole several bands of others, which allowed him to finally conjure his weapon. With it, he goes all berserk on the thing, and just for the little bit of damage, he completed his work. Defeating it brought others back to their feet. It was a major accident, so the student council got to work. Some were praising Akatsuki, which Haruka didn't like, and on the other end, the culprit tried to erase the evidence quickly. Akatsuki knew it was this guy, the one who gets bullied by that red hair. Tanaka was a wolf in sheep's clothing, and he was more powerful than red hair. Then out of the blue, Tanaka jumped in on Akatsuki and beats the heck out of him. The speed and strength of his attacks were good, but Akatsuki had impenetrable defense. So he pretended to black out to lure Tanaka in. Then Tanaka used a destructive spell onto this whole school to kill everyone. Because after graduation, the kids will be deployed to war, taking many lives, and Tanaka wants to stop it, but before he could trigger his spell, Hikami froze him solid. Seeing that, Akatsuki left him in charge of that place and gets back, but their Mio collapsed in his arms. Turns out she was extremely exhausted and just needed some rest. So to help her out, Akatsuki used some sort of magic to stabilize her internal energy to boost her healing factor. After that, the bond between the trio got even stronger, so she asked them what Cocoon is. Earlier today, Akatsuki got really serious watching it in the news. So the 2 told her that it's a sort of organization that runs the world. Each member is stronger than any nation's military, and they oversee the kids and their education who have immigrated to another world. It seems Akatsuki got something to do with a member of that organization that he'd rather not tell anyone. With that puzzled thought, he was on the roof, and a blonde guy appears and tried to attack him. And right there, our video ends for today. So stay tuned to watch the next episode, and for that, subscribe the channel, and hit the bell icon to get the latest updates. Till then, take care.